Welcome to TJ's RC, everybody. Glad you're here with us. Today we've got the Gen 8 Axe edition again. This time we're going to be making a little free modification to the Gen 8 here for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's going to look just a little bit better. And two, I do believe that it's going to increase how this performs out on the trail. Today we're going to be extending the wheelbase to help line up the rear axle a little bit better in the wheel well back here. We're going to move the front axle forward a little bit to improve that approach angle. Now, the neat thing about this particular modification is that it's not really a modification. This rig comes from the factory set up for adjustable wheelbases. There are extra mounting holes in the chassis, in the skid plate, so that you can shorten or lengthen the wheelbase to suit whatever needs you may have. Like I mentioned, this simple modification doesn't cost a dime, just a little bit of your time. So let's dig right in. There are 7 total screws that you're going to have to move for this to work. There are 3 on the top side of the chassis here, 1 for each of the upper links on the rear, and 1 for the front axle's single upper link, which is right over here. To remove that one, you will have to pull up the ESC and then stick it back down when you're done with some double stick tape. I already did that off camera, so the top front has already been moved to the forward position. On the back, we're going to go ahead and move the upper links to the rearward-most hole here on both sides. Once the screw is out, you slide the upper link back, then put the screw back in. And switch to the other side. Once this bolt is out, again, slide the link rearward. Just like that, your work on this side of the chassis is complete. Flip it over. As you can see, I went ahead and loosened all 4 of these already. It's really straightforward, not complicated at all. You're going to pull out each one, sliding the link to the hole that you want to be using, then tighten each one down. Just like that. The back end is already finished. Pull out the front one, slide it forward where we want it to go. Get a better idea what this looks like. Right here, we pull this out. It comes from the factory in the center of the 3 positions. So from the factory, you've got 3 separate wheelbases that you could use on this chassis, and it comes, the default is the center. I'm not specifically looking for a certain wheelbase measurement. I'm simply extending them because I believe it's going to help performance and also help the vehicle to look better. I'll let you be the judge of that in a second once we get these tightened down. And that's the last one. That's all there is to it. We got the 4 bolts on the bottom, the 3 on the other side, and you have successfully adjusted the wheelbase. You don't have to adjust anything else. The drive shafts themselves have plenty of room to extend further, and you don't even have to change where your shocks are mounted on the shock towers. All it does is just slightly change the angle of the shocks to the axle, so you really don't have to change anything else. What we've done is extended that wheelbase now. The vehicle is going to perform a little bit better trailing and off-roading. Short wheelbase vehicles are good for certain kinds of obstacles, but longer wheelbase vehicles do tend to perform a little bit better relative to the type of terrain. I do think in my situation though, that the slightly extended wheelbase is going to help the vehicle. But to prove that, I'm going to have to get this out on the trail again. Gosh, so much trailing has to happen around here. All right, let's get the body back on and see if the visual change was worth it. I was a little nervous that it was gonna look awkward, but the rear axle actually looks nice. And the front side looks pretty good too. Hardcore Scout 2 fans may look at that and think, something's a little bit off. I am excited to see how the improved approach angle helps on the trail. I did take and just trim a little bit off the front of the flares here with an X-Acto knife, just to make it look a little bit more natural, having with the axle in that forward position. Under full compression, the tire was hitting that corner there. So I shaved that off a little bit. You don't already know exactly what it originally looks like. I feel like it doesn't stand out at all. It looks pretty good. But now I really can't wait to get it out on the trail. I think between the extra weight of the new wheels that we put on before and the extended wheelbase, that it's definitely going to perform much better. Not that it performed badly before. So I can't wait to get it on the trail and test that theory out. So if you enjoy videos like these, let me know in the comments. or just stop and say hi in the comments. I appreciate that too. And if you're not a subscriber, but you're watching these videos, consider hitting that subscribe button so that I know you're out there and you're enjoying these videos. As always, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. This is TJ's RC, and we will see you in the next video. Hope everybody else has an awesome hobby like this that they enjoy. Just makes life so much fun.